just like, guys, there are spoilers here. If you don't want it spoiled, leave.
The spoilers here, but spoilers here. See, nobody cares.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Paleopod, where today we're talking about Jurassic World Rebirth. Again, spoilers.
Yes, spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
All kinds of spoilers.
Spoilers. We're talking spoilers. So
go back and listen to it afterwards you've watched Rebirth. If you've not seen it yet.
Yeah.
Or if you're not that bothered, just listen in.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, what did we think about it, everybody?
I had fun.
It's okay. It's okay. You can talk. This is a safe space. All right. My camera.
I loved it, man.
I hated it. No,
yeah, can you block me out so people don't know who I am?
Yeah,
I loved it. It was great.
I'm already unrecognizable. Honestly,
we don't know what happened to Lakota. We got this guy. He's close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Dakota. Oh man, yeah. Audio listeners, Dakota's had a haircut.
Yeah.
He's looking. It's all gone.
He's looking very fresh right now.
Yeah, I got an inch left. That's it. Literally, I measured it. Anyway, I had fun with this. That's what I thought. I thought it was a fun movie, and I had a good time.
Yeah, that's my overall opinion of it. It was fun. It didn't have forced comedy, but the comedy in it was just it was just natural. It didn't feel like it was forced, like with some of our previous Jurassic World films where it felt kind of forced in there. This kind of felt natural. It made it interesting. There's some very weird parts to this film which really confused me at times. But nevertheless, it was good laugh. I enjoyed it. I can't say much bad unless I'm really diving into it and looking too much beyond the fact it's just a Jurassic World film kind of thing.
Now let's do exactly that.
Yeah, let's do exactly that, yeah. What's your overall opinion, Dino?
Yeah, no, I thought it was fun too, obviously. I think that I certainly didn't hate this film. Overall, my opinion on it is kind of mixed in terms of some details about the movie, but I don't think it was bad by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of really fun moments. A lot of, like Biology said, there was a lot of funny moments. Like the first thing that comes to mind is do you guys remember when they like come across the footprints in the facility, and Scarlett Johansson goes up and she's like, "There's tracks over here," and the evil businessman, he's like, "Oh, they could be animal tracks," and she's like, "In Nikes?" I thought that was funny. That was funny.
That was a good line. Yeah, I like that bit.
I thought it was fun too. I thought it was a good popcorn film, that's for sure. Yeah.
I think for me the most funniest bit, and apparently all the people I went to see it with found this funny because there was a lot of laughter, was when we first meet the Mutadon, and the guy goes for a wee, and then he hears everything going on behind him, and he just stops. And it just starts again, like trying to ignore it, what's going on, considering how dangerous it is. But the weird part about that is seeing the Mutadon carry the raptor off into the sky. I was watching that, I was like, surely that would be a little bit too heavy to lift off with just like that.
Well, the Mutadons already seemingly defy any laws of logic anyway, by the fact that they fly anyway. They're
very cat-like.
Are they?
I thought
they were.
Especially with
I thought they were very bat-like.
Very bat, but I mean, like behavioral-wise, as a cat. Like the way it's just it's like they kept slithering into small little gaps, like how you watch a cat push its way through a tiny gap. Like you imagine like the side of your couch against the wall, and you see the cat pushing its way through. You see it do that through the ceiling, you see it do it through the gutter. And I was like, that's very cat-like. And I love how aggressive they are. They just charge at stuff without thinking. I could see them dying a fair bit to like the bigger theropods on the island because they're just like, yeah, I could take that. Yeah, 100 bet. Straight into it. Like, I love the design of them, but they are very aggressive. They are the JP3 Spino easily. Like zero cash, straight in attack.
Man, I I guess while we're on the note of behavior, I loved how almost every encounter with the dinosaurs, it didn't feel like they were immediately like, "Oh, humans, gotta kill that." They were like, what are these things?" The
What is
Quetzal,
that?
the Quetzal shows up into its nest, and it's like, what is going on?
It's like, who the hell
What?
is in my house?
I actually love that bit. Like, what are you doing? The look it gives that character that threw a hammer at its head, and it's like, ah, what the?
Dude, that hurt.
I love that.
It was like
The
so
Orignathus.
offended.
The Orignathus
Oh,
just looks at him like, "Oh, you're not touching me," and just flies off. They do feel like very like animals rather than monsters, which I loved.
I
The
think that was
behavior is brilliant.
definitely highlighted in with the T-Rex. Like it,
Oh,
if this was any other Jurassic film, the minute it saw them, it would have roared and it would have just charged as quickly as possible to get them. But in this film, it sees them and it's like, huh? What's that? What is that? It's like getting closer and it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna mess with this. This is gonna be fun.
It was like a cat playing around.
Yeah,
it really was.
I didn't get the impression that it was hungry or anything. I mean, it just had a meal. It just felt like it was just like it saw something fun to mess with and it just went for it. You know, I liked that. It was awesome.
Yeah. And then as soon as it got a little bit too much for it, like it couldn't get through the rock, it's like, yeah, I'm bored now.
Yeah, someone in my comments mentioned that it kind of sounded like it kind of yelped in pain a little bit when it tried to shove its head through the rock. Like that was a bit too much, and it like that's why it kind of like backed off. Again, a very animalistic like thing to do. So the T-Rex was portrayed awesomely. Not to mention its design is near perfect to a Jurassic franchise movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's gigantic, but one of the things that I really liked about it, one of the things that like really sold this like part of it that was like curious, is that it's like drinking the water and it keeps its head down as it spots them because he's like, what?
Like, not seen one of those in a while.
Yeah.
Like, did you notice how it's like when it's over there drinking and before it even notices them, like a pterosaur flies by and it just stops for a minute just to watch the pterosaur. It's just like,
yeah.
All right, and just goes back to drinking.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Would have been nice.
So when we later on in the next film, we see the Pteranodons flying T-Rexes.
Oh no!
Never beaten the allegations by that point.
No, I think we're done for.
But there are some frustrating bits about this movie that Lakota and I talked about when we first saw it. That being our dinosaur expert in the room, Dr. Henry Loomis. We were just talking about this beforehand. He says that the Titanosaurs are 11 tons.
Only.
So
11
I'm
tons,
like,
apparently.
I think 11 tons is a little bit generous, Henry. I think that you're kind of maybe pushing for maybe 40 plus tons, and even that is probably a little bit too low.
He was looking at the juveniles. That's what I was doing.
But the one that annoyed me the most, and I know it annoyed Lakota too, is at the beginning of the film when they go to recruit Dr. Henry Loomis. He already knows about the plan and everything. He knows which animals they need to go for. And he says, we need to get 3 dinosaurs. And the first creature he names, he says, we need to get the mosasaur. And he calls it a dinosaur. And then by extension, he also calls the Quetzalcoatlus a dinosaur. I know that we know that these are not educational movies, but that doesn't stop people from learning from them.
Right.
That's and like it's not difficult to write a single line of dialogue, like just have I don't know, the businessman call the mosasaur a dinosaur and just have Henry go, actually, that's technically not a dinosaur. That's not difficult. He's your expert character. It fits his character. Just write that in, because it's so much easier to. I heard someone say this yesterday. I can't remember who, but it's so much easier to educate someone who doesn't know than it is for someone who's been miseducated or misinformed.
Yeah.
And these movies,
Mhm.
like that is a miseducation moment right there. We already have issues with people calling pterosaurs and marine reptiles dinosaurs. That just helps it, and it's frustrating.
The thing that
Ew.
confuses me in that scene as well, like,
Mm.
I don't know quite why they've done it that way, because it's meant to be a museum, right?
Mm.
So why is the Mosasaurus skull humongous? Like,
Did you
I
also?
don't.
Sorry.
They also had the Quets from Rebirth as well. Even though we have the Quets that's living in the wild, is the Biosim ones.
Mm.
So I'm kind of wondering why they have that one. So I'm going to guess, because they said no one stepped foot on this island. I'm going to guess the Quetzals on that island have never really left that island because it's a decent habitat for them. And apparently the island's absolutely huge when you're looking at the shots of it. So why does he have a fossil of, well, a fossil of that Quet?
My
I guess
guess.
it's also probably replicas, but even then,
Yeah.
surely it'd be the Quets from Biosyn.
My guess,
Thunder.
this is what I brought up in my review, is that was probably just done for the audience, where they'd look at that skeleton and then they'd be able to connect the dots that the Quetzalcoatlus they're trying to get the DNA from is the same from that skeleton. That's all I got. And
Yeah.
even at that, of course, there's always everybody who comes into your comments to try to justify it. Everybody's saying, "Oh, I think that this Quetzalcoatlus is just Lawsonii. That's why it's smaller and looks different." I'm like, well, Lawsonii still looks like Northropy, and it's still smaller than how it was portrayed in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
And also, like, I said this when it was announced, and I said this when we had like the story synopsis, but why Titanosaurus? Why choose like a defunct genus
You
of
could
Titanosaur?
you could have just said Argentinosaurus,
Right.
That's all you had
We've
to
already
do.
seen Dreadnoughtus.
Mm.
So you could
I
have
think
gone
it's
with
the name. Like, it's gotta be cooler.
Yeah.
Titana, it's Titanic,
Isn't there like a kaiju, like a Godzilla kaiju that's called Titanosaur?
I think so.
Oh,
There's one that's
maybe.
called I think there's one actually called like Gorgosaur as well.
Yeah, there is
Hmm.
a kaiju that's called Titanosaurus, and I think that it's mostly a reference to this because I'm going to send it image and tell me if this looks familiar to you guys.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm looking forward to this.
This is Titanosaurus right here.
Okay, that looks straight away of the tails.
The little fins. And Gareth Edwards did direct a Godzilla movie. So
this is where they bring Jurassic Park into the MonsterVerse.
yeah.
Man.
It's not Fast and Furious we have to be worried about.
That's probably why they
Yeah.
named them Titanosaurs, if I were to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Probably.
I'd say so.
Neat
I like
reference.
that. Yeah.
Also,
Because even the colors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
Hard sales, stuff like that. Everything on this island has gigantism, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I'm pretty sure we could tell from the trailers, but like it's still like seeing it in theaters. Good God. Like those Titanosaurs are way too big. That thing's the size of the Empire State Building. And please, Dr. Henry Loomis, please tell me how an animal the size of the Empire State Building is 11 tons. I know pickup trucks heavier than 11 tons.
Frog DNA.
Oh, yes, because there's a 50-ton frog living next door.
The answer to anyone's question is frog DNA.
Yep. No, they're filled with helium. They're 50% helium.
Something that annoys me as well. So David Koepp said there's no retcons, and that is his major thing. But they go on to say in the film, the Mosasaurus is the one from the park. When it went zero, the park, the reason they were able to find the Mosasaurus is because it's tracked.
I just
And
I
that's-
just assumed that this was like a new mosasaur that they had on this new island, and they just tracked that one too. That was my assumption.
It's kind of the assumption, but it's not really. It's because there was only one mosasaurus at Jurassic World.
Yeah.
That being
Right.
the main one in the lagoon. So it really confused me. Like it feels like there's bits that have been left out. Like it almost feels like bits are left out on purpose, so then it can either go into TV shows or new films. Like there's a lot left unexplained in this film, like a lot. Especially the whole lab and everything. I read somewhere apparently the original opening was actually InGen. Like you start off with some indigenous people on the island, and then you hear the rumbles of machinery, and it's InGen clearing out their land to build the facility. Apparently, that was meant to be the original open as well, which sounds kind of cool. But I can't remember the reason I read why they didn't do it. I think it was too close to something else, I believe. But there's yeah, I mean, there's a lot I'm looking forward to with this new iteration of Jurassic World. But I feel like they should have not called it Jurassic World. I think they should have called it Jurassic something else.
Jurassic Universe.
Not actually something else. Yeah, Jurassic Universe, something like that. So it steps away from the world films because it's not really connected to them as such. Did you see the graffiti on the Apatosaurus at the beginning as well? Like the poor dude's like dying, and someone's gone to his leg and graffitied a gang tag on the side of him.
I don't know if I heard this properly, but did you guys hear like the radio talking about that Apatosaurus?
They call it Bronto.
They call it Bronto.
Oh,
they call it a Brachiosaurus. And then you see it like first of all, they said that its name is Bronto, right? And it's like so maybe there's a Brontosaurus in this, and then they were like. Yeah, and then they said something about like the beloved Brachiosaurus broke out, and then you see it, and it's the Apatosaurus.
Yeah,
and
it's not either of them.
Yeah, so
I think they did that because for some reason the storyline is people are sick of the dinosaurs,
which I hate that.
So you've seen kids go to the aquarium. They know what fish are, but you see them go super crazy. You see adults go to a zoo. Like, how many times you see people look at tigers go, oh my god, it's a tiger! Like,
it's like, oh, I'm so sick of elephants.
Yeah, man.
I hate
mutate that was like to make it cooler.
That was a dumb plot point in the first Jurassic World, and now they picked it up for this one, and it just still doesn't make any sense. It's just there's no universe where people are going to get tired of dinosaurs because, like you said, people don't even get tired of zoos. People still go on safaris. People still go to zoos. They go to aquariums. Ugh.
Another thing that annoys me is... Oh, sorry, go on. No, you say.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like there is a way they could have done that better. And it is specifically not using that language. It is instead say that they are angry at them. Because these things have been running wild for years by this point. So you would have people who have had family members that were killed in related accidents to dinosaurs, or maybe someone lost their pet to like a raptor or something like that. I feel like I agree, it's a really dumb plot point in the first Jurassic World to be like, oh yeah, we need something new because people are bored of dinosaurs. Absolutely absurd line of thinking. But if people were angry at them in Rebirth, that would make more sense, but they don't use that language. So
no, because they wanted to step away from the whole dinosaurs all over the world thing anyway, which still hurts my soul because they still haven't even tapped into the possibilities of that. The reason why they did that is so that they can get off of the islands. They were running out of excuses to get people back onto the islands, and it was getting kind of just, it was annoying because it's like each movie, it's like, oh, I'm never going back to this island. Okay, I guess I'll go back to this island. And then they always go back to the island. It's like that was getting old, right? This offered the opportunity to tell more stories that weren't on islands. People could just be camping, like in Battle at Big Rock, and they'd come across a Nasutoceratops and Allosaurus. You got a story there. People could just be out skiing, and they'd come across a Pyroraptor. There was different story potential, and obviously they've tapped into that. I just listed 2 examples right now of how they tapped into it. But this could have carried the franchise for the foreseeable future. And now they've completely dropped it. Now we know in Chaos Theory that, yeah, we get to see some of it, but we know that eventually these animals are not going to make it and they're just going to end up in the tropical regions anyway. That sucks.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Battle Big Rock was a good, and they could have done more things like that. Like the thing that they used to like try and pique people's interest and see a reaction for a Jurassic World film was two Quetzalcoatluses hunting surfers. Like they were like skimming and hunting surfers, and that's kind of a cool thing. They could have done a whole movie on trying to capture these two Quetzals, and things like that. They could have done like the Hunt for the Red October style film with the Mosasaurus. There's tons of things you go for, and the thing with killing all the animals off was so lazily done. Like, so lazy. It's like they didn't really have a clue. This would have been a very good time to bring in the disease from the books, and that being the reason for them dying. Also, the government's trying to cull them because to stop the spread of this disease. So then you could have like full-on scenes of like, US officials and various other officials from around the world specifically hunting these dinosaurs to kill, and then bring in biohazard to get rid of the bodies. There's like loads of things that they could have done with that, but instead they're like, oh, they're dying off because the oxygen levels ain't enough for them, and which doesn't make sense because that's only really applicable to arachnids. That's really it that could have been applied for. So dinosaurs, that one doesn't make sense and it's kind of stupid. They mentioned about the weather, when a lot of those species that they have are from like temperate zones and various other zones and weren't just in tropical environments. So again, that doesn't make too much sense there. And it's just been lazily done without really just like, oh, we'll just say low oxygen and not tropical weather. That's why they're dying.
Yeah.
Like, man.
No, I genuinely don't understand why they decided to drop it after just one movie. It hurts my heart so much because I was so excited for it. And Dominion didn't quite deliver on it to its fullest potential. And we had the chance with future movies, but then they just gave up essentially. And I don't get it. I don't understand why.
The only thing that they can really do now with that kind of thing is just stay around the equator, but it sounds like they've made the oceans very deadly. Like, I love before we get introduced to Duncade? Is that how you say his name?
Duncan.
Duncan, yeah. Duncan. Like, the first time we get met... Man, me of names, mate. But yeah, when we first get introduced to Duncan, the fishermen drop out a Dunculosteus head onto the boat. That's a reference to the deleted original to I think it Lost World or Jurassic Park, where the fishermen fished up a dead parasaur.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a slight reference to that, and almost like a link into meeting that character with it being Duncan.
That was kind of insane though, when you go into it though, because it's like A, somebody out there cloned Dunkleosteus, and B, them pulling one out of the water implies that there's multiple just swimming around in the oceans. I like that.
I was like, oh my! Like I went with Joker to the cinema to see it, and I was like, did you see that?
And I was with my wife, and I was just Dunkleosteus. Right there.
And when they're in the pub, the bar, whatever you want to call it, he mentions how there's still megalodons out there, just like the one back.
Yeah,
There's so much megafauna in the oceans. Like, if the whales were struggling to stay alive, they definitely are now. Like,
oh yeah.
But so that's a supersized donkey as well. If it's like the donkey in the game, it's going to be kind of slow. But if they give it the real life parameters of donkey, that's like a one-hit dart gun. Like, oh man, you could do? Oh, it'd be such a good movie. Like, you could start off with like a diving crew's gone missing, and they're trying to find a diving crew that gone missing in the first place, and you could just see a donkey like shoot up and then bite the diver just clean in half, and because of the pressure from the tank, will just shoot the other half of the person flying.
Oh my god.
There would be so much potential to such good horror,
Yeah.
like for it. Oh, could you imagine the sound effects you could make for the donkey as well? Because obviously, when it closes its mouth, it sharpens its teeth constantly, in it the plates.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that sound underwater would be horrific sounding. Like
Oh,
that'd be so cool.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be freaking
And-
sick.
I need that in life.
Yeah.
Speaking of horrific, oh my god, the deaths in this movie.
They were
There
pretty
weren't a
good.
lot, but man, who do y'all think had the worst one?
Businessman.
Oh,
Oh, think so? What about you, biology?
I think the girl on the beach.
Oh,
That was a really good horror scene. Like you knew something bad was about to happen when you could hear the sound slowly drop as she comes out of view from behind it. And I love the way the spat just deployed off the beach and like looked at her. It's like scuttled in like a seal. And then just came up behind her like, hello.
yeah.
Yeah.
Business guy was bad too, though. Like he gets into two. Like I love that he holds up the guy like a hot pocket and just takes a bite out
Yeah,
of him.
it's like, huh? All right then.
But
So I've had one of these before. They're quite tasty.
yeah. But out of all of them, the French guy with the Quetzal,
That was pretty bad,
dude,
Hmm.
that was.
Because he was probably
solid hole.
he was probably alive when he was going down too.
Oh yeah, there is definitely a kid who went to go see this movie, who is now scarred from some of these death scenes because some of these death scenes are just horrific. Because like if you notice, the Quetzal tries to close its beak on him several times, and his legs are hanging out. So even if the Quetzal had like thrown him up or dropped him, his legs are they're not gonna work anymore. His femurs are crushed. It's absolutely awful.
He's probably screaming inside of his throat every time the beak went down on his legs.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's bad.
Felt so bad for that guy.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Man.
Honestly, I thought Henry was going to be a goner when he landed next to the compies. Like it mirrored so much so the scene from Lost World, like with the compies in the water, him splashing down in the water, and they're like being dead inquisitive. I was like, oh, he's gonna get a bit of loads, and that's gonna be the end of the Doctor. The paleontologist is gone now. That's what I was so expecting. The fact he survived that drop in the first place.
The
Like,
classic.
I get
the classic.
the classic.
Your fall getting slowed by trees thing.
Yeah.
That doesn't
And he
work
just
very
gets up
well
like
in real life.
No. Especially from that high. Like instantly, if he lands on his back, that's his spine broken. If he lands on his front, that's his rib cage broken. Then you hit the water like that, even from the distance from the leaf to the water. Like he belly fought that water, so he's winded. He's winded and crushed at the same time. And he just gets up like there's nothing wrong with him. This paleontologist works out.
He definitely does field work. One thing that I definitely think I agree with a lot of other fans on is the Raptors got really sidelined, like hard.
I was so excited to see their new design.
You can see them a little bit as they get absolutely gets taken away.
I could very much tell it was the JP3 Raptor design. I could tell that, but I will say though, I like that they didn't make any noise when they were about to attack him. They slowly, quietly stalked him like an actual predatory animal, and I liked that.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I thought that was awesome.
But the thing I love, like, I know they weren't utilized that much. They were just sort of background creatures. I love the amount of background creatures in this completely. Like, it makes the island feel alive. It makes it feel like there is an ecosystem. You have your large theropod, you have your small, Then you have your large herbivore, you have your smalls, you got your flyers, your big, small, tiny. Like it feels like there's a full ecosystem in this. You have your amphibians, you have the snake thing in the water, which is a lot of people debating what that actually is. Because we don't really see it.
My wife and I are just calling it a Titanoboa, but I think it's a bit smaller than how they would make a Titanoboa in this franchise.
Yeah. Could be a baby. Could be a baby one.
I could honestly, when I was watching it, I couldn't tell if it was like tentacles of something or if it was an actual snake. I couldn't tell, you know?
It definitely looks weird.
Yeah.
Which I'm interested to see if they do like a book that goes out of this film. Like some films have books where there's a breakdown of everything on it. Because there's so much like artwork at the moment that's being shown off of what they have done and what they have made. Feels warranted that they do something like that, and then you can sort of maybe tell what all the side creatures are. Because our amphibian, I'm pretty sure, like looking at it and looking at Paleo Art, I'm thinking, oh god, how do I say this? Ancastegio? Ancastegia? I can't say it. Ancanthostegia, something like that it's pronounced. Something like that. And it looks very much like that, I thought. Seeing it scuttle around. And it kind of almost gave me like Star Wars-esque vibes, how they like cutting between different scenes. It would just show something naturistic, like yeah, I'm here. Like a little alien like thing like they do in Star Wars. That's what it felt like with the rebirth of the little creatures here and there. But seeing that amphibian, I was like, that's cool. That's cool. Like it's a full-on ecosystem.
Yeah. At first, I was like, "Is that a Diplodocus?" And then we saw it the second time, and I was like, "Oh, it's not a Diplodocus." Because
I thought it was a Kulusuka.
A Kulusuka.
Yeah.
I feel like its head was a little bit more like an arrow.
No.
Acanthostega.
Diplodocus would have been awesome.
Definitely
not Acanthostega. That's what I think it is, anyways. Like looking at it. Like I was looking around at like different types of amphibians that it could have been. It was the tail that makes me think it's that.
It's probably not even based on anything. And they're like, we need a big amphibian. Make it look like the most amphibian looking amphibian ever. And that's what they did.
Just a giant axolotl.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised because we had stuff like this that they didn't add anything like of the mega insects for that horror kind of vibe. Like, could you imagine, like, when you fall and collapse on the floor and you just land next to Arthroplora and it just starts crawling over you to figure you out what you are? And when it realizes you're not, like, any kind of vegetable matter, like, I don't care. But you can imagine the characters screaming because there's some giant bugs crawling over them. Yeah. And then we go, that's our prehistoric insect. Like, some dumb locust.
Maybe Dolores gets kidnapped by a Meganura.
Nice. Could you imagine? Oh no! Could you imagine if they supersized Meganura even more, and then it attacks a human, pushes them to the ground, and starts using its tail to sting them? Like, how much of a horror scene would that be? And how creepy? Because people already have an innate fear of insects for some reason. Like, I see all the time people scream, it's like, it's just a spider, leave it alone. Like, it's not doing anything. If anything, it's going to catch the annoying flies for you, leave it. It'd be... I mean, the Jurassic World film does need to introduce some of these real-sized insects. Like the spider you find in Scotland, which is the size of your house cat. God, that'd be terrifying to come across.
Pulmonoscorpius.
Spiders we have today. Yeah. Brontoscorpius and stuff like them.
Again, if they go into the water, some of the
Eurypterids.
giant sea scorpions you could have there. Oh man.
Oh yeah, Eurypterids.
Absolutely creepy animals, man.
That'd be pretty cool.
Imagine like they keep Anomalocaris and they keep it like the same size, but they do like in the movie they do like what cookie cutter sharks do. They come up and they like cut a hole in you and just take it out. Like they just take a chunk out of you. That'd be awful. That's gonna trigger someone's trypophobia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be Can you imagine a swarm of them doing that to one person? It'd be like a scene from Piranhas.
Oh god.
Just leave behind a skeleton.
Yeah.
No, Dr. Henry Loomis.
That shrimp ain't going on the Barbie, that's for sure.
Yeah. Man. And I wish they had been more brave about who they killed off. That's my thing.
I wish there was more people to kill off.
Yeah.
Well,
When I saw
wasted moment for me. Oh, go on. Actually, yeah.
Oh no, go ahead.
You say yours. All right, a wasted moment for me, which would have been absolutely awesome to see. You know how it's just a beautiful, perfect ending. They survive. They're on the boat. They're sailing away. Why does the Mosasaurus not just go? Because that's an easier, small, bite-sized boat in its territory. Like you can say, like, that would be so cool to see.
So a happy
No one
ending.
lives.
Happy ending, and just all of a sudden, just
Yeah, that's it.
The sequel's gonna start like right there, and the Mosasaurus is gonna get them.
It's gonna do
That's
that
it.
like really annoying like 80s movie thing where it's like the beginning of the next movie, the main character that they were trying to save just dies.
Oh yeah.
Like Alien 3 with freaking Newt, how she dies in like the beginning of the next movie. after Aliens.
I'd like to see a prequel. I want to see more of that laboratory. Like I feel like there's so many like unanswered questions.
Oh my gosh.
I love how all the staff are just through the D-Rex. Like I hate that thing. Like, poor thing didn't have to be born and you're already bullying it.
Did you see the Mutadon vat had it labeled as a hybrid?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
For all you people who called me an idiot for saying that it was basically a hybrid, there you go.
No.
Yeah,
D-Rex is a mutant.
Yeah, D-Rex is a mutant. But it seems like a planned mutant than an accidental mutant.
Yeah, I think it's more planned. I think it's supposed to emphasize the fact that in Gen they were just too busy making bad decisions all the time.
Do you see the two-headed Triceratops?
I was about to bring that up.
Isn't it funny? We went at the beginning. We started off with a two-headed Velociraptor, and now here we are.
Yeah,
two-headed Triceratops. It changed.
You got some random dude dissecting a baby Quetzal on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knew?
And I can't wait for it to be just to pause it to see what else is going on in that scene.
Yeah. Who knew that a Snickers wrapper could make a whole system fail? A whole security system. That is such a faulty system, man.
God, like the whole place is like made of cardboard.
Yeah.
Like a strong gust of wind would have shut that facility down.
It's like, hey, like freaking Masrani, since he's alive, is like talking to another facility. Is like, hey, how's our facility in Argentina doing? Oh, the whole thing's down. Yeah, it's crazy. Mike was eating some salsa, like chips and salsa over the computer, and he dropped a little drop on it, and the whole system went down, and everybody's dead.
I feel like what it shows, like it's like a little story implied to this. It shows that they're so big-headed that they can't see the small issues. Like they say, they employ the best, structural design people in Gen, Maswani, and like it's simple things as such as the Christmas Snickers wrapper destroyed a doorway. Like they had to do several steps to restart a park in Jurassic Park. Jurassic World could have been solved by having a double door system, which is the thing you'd do on an enclosure anyways. And it really just shows that as the companies are just so big-headed that they can't see the tiny problems because they're not looking properly because they think they are the best. I feel that's what it almost implies. Like the whole system getting taken. How did the D-Rex get
That's
out?
another product placement on top of it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Snickers after that.
Yeah. It's like you just exit the movie and it's like, you know what? I feel like a Snickers.
Like you do feel sorry for that guy though.
Eat it like the D-Rex, you know.
Oh yeah, his death was. Oh.
Dude,
but
the acting was perfect. The acting was perfect there from both actors.
Oh,
his fear.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, and she's like,
yeah. that opening got me so hyped because of those actors. Like his fear, her sorrow and pain of what she has to do right now. Just so good, man. That poor dude.
I'd love to see if that extended, like the evacuation. So I bet the D-Rex gets more than him. Like, obviously, you see the door shut there. So when does that door? How does he get out? What happens to the rest of the building? Really cool. Like, I wonder what we're going to see in the extended cut that comes out. That's what I'm intrigued by.
Have they confirmed an extended cut? Everybody's been talking about that.
Yeah, it's already been.
Has it?
Yeah, it's been confirmed already that there's going to be extended. They haven't said when, but it's several news places have mentioned it. So I'm going to go as it's real.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's a lot of unanswered things, and there's definitely a lot of things that look like they could have longer scenes.
Diablo.
Well, that made me think. Yeah, what was maybe that was the creature that runs away when he's like, "Let's go this way." Sees that thing run off, and then
it's like, but
let's not
that direction over there.
It kind of makes me. I love that bit. It makes me like it again adds a bit of animal character. When you're too loud in the forest, you hear the deer just dart, don't you? And that's what that kind of reminded me of.
It was just like a giant deer just running away.
Megaloceros.
Yeah, Megaloceros.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, but I think I read somewhere as well because I was like, that got me kind of hopes that maybe we'll see the Carnotaurus, maybe we'll see the Cephaloceratops. But apparently, I said that's so wrong. But apparently, they were caught really early on. And Universal have a really big issue of not telling the toy companies what they've cut out. For example, my Sinoceratops Pachyrhinosaurus, So I think we won't see it. But then again, if the Carnotaurus was going to be there, it would have probably been in that the end scene, wouldn't it, around the village area. Which, when it kept mentioning village, I was kind of like, oh, maybe, because, that's what we see in Lost World. But then I feel like there'd been too much going on then, because you'd be like, T-Rex, Mutodon, Carnotaurus.
My hot take is that they probably should have had the Carnotaurus instead of the Mutodons.
Yeah.
And then maybe have
feel like
the Carnotaurus, like maybe they get annihilated by the D-Rex or something. Or I don't know.
Yeah. Because they were too focused on the humans not to realize the bigger threat that just came in.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
I love the scene where all the power turns on. You hear the music and stuff. It really made me think of
it's gone, and the moon is low. Stand by me.
It took me back to Zombieland. Like the final act in Zombieland when they turned the park on and all the zombies come running in. That's what that made me think of, because all the animals came in when all the lights turned on.
They did, didn't they?
Just came to listen to that song. They're
like a moth to a flame.
Yeah. Could you imagine though, like instead of the Mutodons, you have the Carnos in the village, and when the D-Rex grabs the helicopter, he just chucks it and it hits one of the Carnotauruses and it just explodes.
So what the hell, man? I was just watching.
Oh, you know what would be cool as well? When they're walking up to the building before all the lights turn on, and then all the lights, they all suddenly come on, don't they, when they get there? Like, how cool would it have been, like, they walk into the building, there's nothing there, and when the lights turn on, they just see the Carnos, and then they change back to the colour to match the backgrounds. That would have been terrifying, because you see them like, oh, there's something there, and then they just disappear, like,
gone.
Out in the open.
Yep.
I will say, one thing I am kind of glad that they didn't do was, like, a giant dinosaur fight at the end.
Yes.
Like, you don't always need to have that. Dinosaurs are more than just kaijus that need to fight at the end of the film. So I'm glad that they
had to fight. Apparently, they had to fight to get that removed.
Really?
Well, not removed, though, taken out of the stage. They really wanted it in there, but what's his name? The director, I forget his name.
Gareth Edwards.
Gareth Edwards.
Yeah, Gareth Edwards, and someone else were arguing to make sure that didn't happen. Because I think this it was meant to be a fight, yeah, but I don't think they go into detail what the fight was meant to be.
I've
But
heard
if I
that,
had to guess, it'd be the T-Rex versus the
yeah.
if I had to guess.
Mhm.
I was like, given
I
the
wonder-
track record of the movies, I was full expecting one, and I'm glad that there was
Mhm.
some restraint shown here. You know, it was different, and
Mhm.
it was, you know, I liked it. I liked that they didn't have that.
Yeah. I wonder what that would look like though. Could you imagine like the T-Rex comes out of like the woods and like it locks eyes with the D-Rex and it's like, what in the world?
I
And then it's
love
just like disappear.
that meme artwork. Did I send it in the chat a bit ago? Where it's like the D-Rex is hugging the T-Rex. It's like, you still love me. It's like, be strong for mother. Like, do you reckon they would have fight, or would they just be like kind of do the whole communication thing and then go out and kill the Spinosauruses?
The way I see it in this one, though, it's like it kind of feels like all of these animals have their own territories and niches. It's like if they haven't fought by now, it'd feel kind of forced to just make them fight. You know, unless there was like an outside reason, like maybe someone actively wants like the T-Rex to kill the D-Rex, and they actively lead the T-Rex there or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's the kind of impression I got. So like a fight certainly would have felt like it was forced. Whereas with like the T-Rex and the Indominus, it's like, oh, they let her out of her paddock just now, and so yeah, territory, I guess they'll fight. There's a lot more sense made in that one. This one would have felt forced, personally.
Yeah.
I would have liked it more if they did do a fight scene. It wasn't actually a fight scene. It was like a shout off. Because like, hey, you stepped on my territory, and because the D-Rex is already big, massive, strange looking, would have a stupidly loud roar. The T-Rex is like, yeah, okay, you can keep your territory. I'm going back home. I'm gonna go and bite my yellow raft that I found.
Yeah, that I can't bite through for some reason.
Yeah. Those things get popped if they just gently glide across rocks. Like,
that's why I kind of think that it was just playing with them. You know, it's like,
yeah,
if it wanted to, it just breaks straight through. Unless it was actively trying to get to her, in which case, terrible job. Everybody likes to get mad at me because I said that the Jurassic franchise T-Rex doesn't have a powerful bite force.
I mean, I can point to a few different reasons as to why it clearly doesn't.
Dude, there's the movies consistently show us that it does not.
Yeah.
Consistently.
And
Rexy, she had to shake Gennaro to kill him. She had to shake the Gallimimus to kill it. A bite to the throat on a Spinosaurus didn't kill it. And now the raft. How much more proof do you need, people?
Yeah.
You see that trying to tune a helium balloon like,
yeah. Like, like if it was a bigger target, then yeah, like grabbing and shaking would make sense, right? Because you're holding less of the thing. But like for a galley, you just pop the head off.
Yeah, just like one quick bite just to kill it. You know, that's all you do.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't it grab its chest? So its chest would have just gone.
Yeah, like all she'd have to do is just bite down real quick and then just like swallow most of it. Is realistically how that bite would have gone. But instead, what she does is she bites down onto it, removes her head. The Gallimimus looks back up her and she's like, "Oh, it's still alive," and she shakes it. You know, which is a cool animation detail. But you know, that's not too realistic to the real life T-Rex. And people get mad at me because I say that the Jurassic franchise T-Rex doesn't have a powerful bite force, which again we're shown time and time again that it doesn't. I don't care what I don't care what like the websites say. The movies contradict it. You know, that's just even like when she's fighting the Indominus or the Giganotosaurus, like constantly she bites the neck, doesn't do anything. So I don't know.
It's shaken off.
I mean, that thing survived a rocket from an 84, so
yeah.
Maybe the Indominus
the shock blast.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we have this. Now we have this and can't bite through a raft, which just again shows that the Jurassic version of the T-Rex does not have a powerful bite force. And everybody's frozen right now. You guys are both frozen. Oh my gosh, this is horrifying.
We're all frozen. We're all frozen. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
That was horrifying.
Oh man. Oh.
While we were talking, I can't get the image now of like, you know how like if you cut the head off a chicken, it like keeps running around for a little bit.
Mm.
What would happen if you cut the head off of a gallimimus? Would it just run around for a little bit longer? That's
Yes,
like one
probably, yeah.
really big chicken.
That'd be a dangerous one. It's like, oh god, its
Oh,
head's
yeah.
gone. We're dead.
like
Like the extended cut for Dominion when the Oviraptor gets his head chewed off by a Lystro. It's still sort of like
Oh,
waddling around
yeah,
everywhere before
yeah.
he collapses. That poor Oviraptor, man. Didn't deserve this.
First, yeah, I mean, what? They lived their life with the false name of Oviraptor, and now it just gets its head chewed off? The poor Oviraptors, man.
Didn't even get to
Synapse did it.
steal
It
an
was
egg.
deserved.
Synapse did it.
It was deserved.
Those dang stem mammals. Ugh.
Man.
Dinosaurs took the spotlight, man. They had to get payback.
True. It's like
Gotta run it back.
this is I survived the great dying just for your kind to take over. Yeah. Heck no.
Should be me, not you.
It's like synapses used to be on top of everything. Now look at you.
Oh man, we need a Instrandavius added into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, imagine seeing that in a tunnel system that they jump into instead of the Mutodon chasing them.
That'd be cool.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
But of course, with how much the primeval Inostransavius scared me as a kid, I guarantee that would give children nightmares. There's just something about Gorgonopsids that's just inherently terrifying, even more so than like Smilodon or Saberteeth, you know? Just something about the way that they're built that just looks horrifying. I don't know what it is.
They look like a car wreck, like muscly. So you
Yeah.
know you're not surviving it. You ain't outrunning it. I mean,
Yeah.
same with Smilodon, but it's a cute little kitty with little toe beans. So you know,
This is like
Silver lining.
like these early synapsids, these stem mammals. It's kind of like Uncanny Valley with mammals. It's like, yeah, they kind of look like mammals, but it's just there's something that's off about them because, of course, you know they're very different. And I think that's why they're so creepy to many of us, myself included.
was I looking at like Scooter? I just look at that thing looks weird. Like if I saw that in the wild, I'd just freeze and like, what do I do? Do I run? Do I stay still? They're gonna eat me alive. Like it just to me, looking at the fossil for it just looks very daunting. So seeing it in real life with flesh would be quite the scary sight.
Those early reptiles too. They're just
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on Sharingosaurus. I don't know what was up with that thing.
Hey, that was
Such a weird end.
It's the experimental phase. That's what you're going through.
Right. The Triassic, the experimental phase.
So, oh man, slightly going back to the Quetzal. What have been a bit terrifying? You know, like in what's it called now? The Vietnam War film. I can't think. It just came out.
Primitive War.
Primitive War. You know, like in the book, it has like a spear tongue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen recently, but there's like been recent video footage of woodpecker using its tongue in a very particular way. So obviously they have a tongue that wraps around the brain to protect the head, and also extends really long as well to get any insects they're trying to catch in the wood, and it's barbed at the end to help them catch it. Well, recently there was footage of a woodpecker using its tongue to attack another bird to try and fight for the food source that was in front of it, a bird feeder.
Ooh.
Like, could you imagine if they did that to the Quetz? Like, how much terrifying that would be? Because you'd get into a small gap, oh, it can't get me, and then all of a sudden, and then just get spin and pulled back into the bird, into the beak.
That was a nice sound effect.
Yeah, I like the sound effect. What
is it? You'd have to have a cool sound to it, like just darting out, spearing someone.
That'd be something. I wonder if Primitive War is going to do that. The movie.
They need to.
Oh,
they need to. Because
did you guys see the preview?
In
No.
UK, we didn't get it.
Oh, well, it showed right before Jurassic World Rebirth. The Primitive War trailer did. Finally got a release date, August 21st,
Oh.
on my wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
So I know what my wife
Perfect.
and I are doing.
Anniversary day go for
Yep.
me on the Watch Primitive War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a release date. So it is still in the summer, which means we have another dinosaur movie to look forward to next month, which is crazy.
Woo!
That's crazy.
I can't wait. That's going to be a good movie as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I'm hyped. I'm hyped
It's
for
gonna
it.
be fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Now, if only we'd get the full trailer, but you know.
Yeah. I had a preview for the Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey instead of Primitive War.
Well, yeah, I had that too, but like the Primitive War, it started like the preview for it was like before the rest of the trailer started. Like, you know, I don't know which theater you go to, but like in Cinemark, there's like Newbie and stuff like that where they like play a bunch of fun quiz trivia games and there's like local advertisements and stuff like that. It played there. And then the rest of the trailer started. And then
Sounds ace.
I got Odyssey. I thought Odyssey was the movie. I was like, when that trailer started, I was like, "Oh, we're starting this movie off with a voiceover, with a narration, really? Okay." And then I saw Tom Holland, and I was like, "What? What? Oh, okay."
Tom Holland.
Because there's a specific Cinemark ad that plays right before the film starts. They played that ad, and that's when I know to bring my popcorn up because like, okay, the movie's gonna start. We're gonna start eating it. So I brought my popcorn up. They played that ad, and then the Odyssey started, and I was like, "Oh, this is the movie. That's very different." I was like, this is the first time they played an ad right after the Cinemark ad, so it kind of threw me off.
Well, I thought you like cinema does quizzes and stuff beforehand.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, like this is like movie trivia and stuff like that, like just to get you hyped for you're sitting at the movies.
They did some dinosaur trivia at my movie theater.
What was your
nice.
What was your theater like?
I go to Malco.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, it's a local theater.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think it's too much of a large brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They were like, when did the dinosaurs go extinct? How long did they live on Earth for? Stuff like that. It was pretty neat.
That's awesome.
So,
yeah, mine was just like basic. There was some Jurassic Park trivia, but then they also had like Top Gun trivia and other stuff like that. It was basic movie stuff.
Yeah, we don't get that. Even in our main chain cinema. Like, well, I've been to the View in Odeon. They don't do that. The cinema I went to watch this is a local one called the Backlot Cinema in Blackpool. Which is there's a really nice cinema. It's the first time being there. And from what I gathered, it's not a chain, it's just a privately owned one. And it was ace. Like, it was a good view. Because they had the chairs like higher up. So there's no one in front of you. Like in some cinemas, like the View, the chairs, like it's still very low, but you can still, like, if you like try and lie back and get cozy, you'll see like the top of someone's head in the shot. Whereas this one, there's absolutely nothing in shot. So I was like, oh, this is great cinema. Why don't you start coming here more? But yeah, we don't have trivia or anything like that. That sounds cool. I want trivia. It's like being at a pub quiz.
Yeah.
You have
to get there early enough. Like it happens before the rest of the trailers start playing. But I'm always there early, so it works.
Yeah, I'm like that.
Yeah, my Cinemark is nice because it's like you got recliners with with heating and stuff like that. It's nice. I like it.
It's so nice. Yeah, we have recliners too.
Yes.
Recliners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually that's my local one. The one in Colorado Springs, they even have tables that you can pull out and you can eat like nachos and stuff. Mine doesn't have that, like my Cinemark, but the Cinemark in Colorado Springs does. And I think the one in Denver, or there's probably more in Denver, but yeah, they have them.
This cinema has the table next to them. So you have a table and a cup holder. So you can have like hot dogs, burgers, and stuff like that. In your popcorn, drinks. But one of my favorite cinemas is also not too far from me. It's at Garden Centre of all places, and it's great because the seats are couches, like your household couch with cup holders in. You get cushions and everything, and you can like proper like it's like being at home watching a film. It's ace. They're very unique, but really cool.
I like theaters that try to make you as comfortable as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Those are always the best.
There was one downtown that like when you go and you sit down in the theater, you're given a menu, and it's like this. It's like a thick menu because it's actually like this electric board, and when you go and you sit down, you just press a button, and they'll bring you the thing that
wow.
it's actually really good.
Yeah, that's sick.
Oh, it's awesome.
Man, I need that. I might be ordering throughout the film, like, oh, I've run out of hot dog, let's get another.
Yeah, you can do that, and they'll just bring it to you.
That's pretty cool. I like it. Now I order my popcorn and drinks beforehand, and then they have like a little rack where you pick it up. It's like, okay, $31.92, $31.92. That's mine. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been at Mackey's then.
Yeah. None of us got the incubator bucket too, which is unfortunate.
Cinemark didn't have that one. Cinemark had a T-Rex head popcorn bucket, but they were all sold out at my local one, so I couldn't get that.
Oh
man, I really want the embryo bucket. Like, I love
that one's
That'd
cool.
be absolutely awesome. It's the best looking bucket of them all. You got one that looks really derpy, where it's a T-Rex head and a drink put together. I keep seeing people doing like TikToks of it, where it's like Family Guy, like not Family Guy, it's Ted.
Yeah.
Saying, you put some stuffing in the wrong place, but we still love me.
yeah.
Well,
you sent that to me, I believe, but yeah.
I probably did, yeah. Another one, someone who was naughty, who had recorded some of the films. You know, like how the D-Rex is just looking at them, and someone put over a sound effect, say like, "Peter, the horse is here." It's just staring at him weirdly. Man.
The D-Rex design honestly has slowly grown on me as
I love it from the get-go.
It's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely didn't hate it. Oh,
A little squishy.
Yeah, squishy.
I'm still like saddened that we don't see it do the squishy. I did do the head jiggle. I would love to have seen like just a natural scene of it, just sat there chilling, just doing like popping his head back and forth, just to make the heads move back. Have you seen like belugas do that, where they just jiggle their heads for fun?
I wish that we got more screen time with it, because I wanted to see it be peaceful. You know, the only time we see it, it's like trying to kill people and everything. I want, like, maybe they come across it and it's like, I don't know, getting a drink of water or something, and it's just hanging out.
Well, you don't think the kills are very like intrigued? Like, it's more intrigued by what the stuff was than what it was. Like, it wasn't just trying to destroy it for the sake of destroying it. It was like, oh, what's this helicopter thing? Like, can I eat this? And then when it realizes it's not food, it just chucks it like, nah, I ain't food.
My wife liked that one. She said that it reminded her of our daughter, like the way that she'll chew on things and then kind of throw them off to the side.
Like, it's not food. Like,
it's like, wait a minute.
Man. I love the fact that today as well, like I was saying on one of my live streams, that I can't wait till someone makes a D-Rex mod for Jurassic World Evolution 2, because we've got the Titanosaurus, we've got the Mutodons. I was like, the thing I wanted the most was the D-Rex, and it came out today. I was like, just before the stream, I was like, we've done obviously before the podcast, I was like, I'm gonna have to quickly download this and have a mess around with it. So currently, I was messing around with all the different colours as well. So my community park has like 5 D-Rexes just randomly roaming through the woods.
I can't wait to see like an official model in Evolution 3.
Yes.
I think that's gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
Especially if you can like change the colors and stuff like that. That's gonna be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wonder if they'll
all
do
black T-Rex.
Oh, all black would be cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like how we all thought, it was in the first.
Yeah. It just turns out to be a tan boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to have the original, like the. Do you remember from Evolution 1, the Indominus Rex when it hunted goats? It would pick the goat up and stick it in its mouth.
Oh, I do remember
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they didn't do that for Evolution 2. I'd love to see like when the like it just pick up a goat, kind of look at it, rotate it like it does with the human, and then puts it in its mouth, and then do something similar to other humans when you accidentally gets out of its enclosure.
Imagine
Pick up
it
the
did that to
human.
smaller. Imagine it did that to smaller herbivores too. Oh.
Oh, could you imagine? Oh, you know, it'd be a cool animation for it if it picks up something like a Kentrosaurus, puts in its mouth, but because of the plate, it hurts its jaw, so it spits it onto the ground. But obviously, by this point, it's pretty crushed and dead, and then it slowly picks up the meat off the belly. That'd be a cool animation for it.
And very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the Kentrosaurus,
Very
but-
gruesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how would you do like the drinking animation for a D-Rex? Would you do it like the sauropod way where it puts its hands down like this? Or would you actually have it like cup its
Scoop up
hand
the
into the water? Yeah.
I think
That'd
it
be
just kind of like
cool.
lean down like that is what I'd guess.
I like the Ferrocenosaurus drinking animation where you see it put its claws into the water. You can see it do like that with the hands.
Just get stuck.
That would be cool.
I wonder if we'll see it do anything with its little arms.
They're just kind of
Can you
there.
imagine it? Like, oh, you know, at the end where it stands up, like almost like a bear watching it. Could you imagine that's a kill animation for a Hadrosaurus? It picks up the Hadrosaur and then just uses its little arms to claw at it.
Oh.
It'd be very gruesome, but
Yeah, very.
that'd be a cool sight for it. I love the design. I honestly do.
The design grew on me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't think
Definitely.
I just don't think it was utilized to its full potential in the film.
No,
The way that they
definitely
were
made you feel you need to see more.
Yeah, the way that they were hyping it up, they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna feel sorry for this animal." It's like, yeah, if you squint your eyes and look close enough, but there was really nothing.
Yeah.
There was really nothing that kind of like outward showed that. And I feel like we're gonna get sequels on this island. One of the biggest reasons why they probably left it alive. Which, good job, guys. We don't have to kill all the big dinosaurs at the end of the film.
No, yeah. I was excited that it's still alive.
Yeah. So we're probably going to get sequels. This movie is doing great. No surprise there. Every Jurassic World film does great. So we're probably going to get more movies in the future. And I feel like we're going to go back to this island because there's some untapped potential there. There are 24
Especially
species.
raptors.
Yeah.
What was it? So it's estimated today to surpass the 320 million mark.
And I
in
think
sales.
that's good. I think that's good.
That is good. It's let's just hope the next two ones don't suffer like they did in World. Like,
Well, even though
I
like
don't know if it's Jurassic.
Sorry, Lakota's dog freaked me out for a second, but I don't even think I'm not your dog, but you know, I don't think that even like the last two Jurassic World films performed poorly, did they?
Oh no,
They did good.
but it was like a trend where the first one was better, and then it just
right, yeah.
Yeah.
But I
So I
don't
wonder
know.
what they'll
Did you
do with the
hear
second one.
Gareth Edwards say that people are not interested in dinosaurs anymore?
That's so.
I had to make. I just like
Crazy.
just before I before I had to leave for the day, I had to post like a ranting video on YouTube because that really kind of upset me. That whole sentiment, the whole idea that people just don't care about dinosaurs anymore, and their mindset that they have to do something new and different just to get people to go and see the movies.
They've got like over 700 things they could pick from.
Yeah, yeah,
Some
exactly.
things are really cool and unspoken about.
Mhm.
And you're in a movie franchise where you can monster anything up.
Yeah,
Like make it unrealistic and make it even cooler looking than what it actually already is. Could you imagine like a Jackapil scaled up? Just not like majorly scaled up, but a bit more scaled up. And then you could do something crazy with that. in a sense.
Yeah, you'd be able to do some insane things with that.
Yeah, that's just one. That's just one animal. Like a film, like where like a herbivore is dangerous would be ace to see. Like it's always the meat eaters that are the stupidly dangerous things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd love there to be like you could go back into the thing of dinosaurs in our world. Go to Texas, for example, and it's a herd of triceratops, which are the main issue that they're trying to have to deal with. Them like ramming cars off the road, and it takes them a while to figure out what the issue is. Like, hey, we caught the Allosaurus, so why is this death still happening? And it turns out it's just like 3 male triceratopses, like a bachelor group that's just on the prowl, destroying things for fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be a carnivore.
It always does, because carnivores are cool. Honestly, though, one thing with the Titanosaur scene is that I thought it was kind of building up to like a subversion of expectation, where everybody's like, "Oh, this is so cool." I thought that like once they shot the thing into its neck, it was gonna start getting pissed and start stomping all over the place, and then all of a sudden it's gonna turn into a dangerous situation.
You know what would be even more like a horrific moment? You could turn that. I love turning things into horrific moments. You just hear the sound of a whip, and then it just cuts to a character, and you just see them like the legs slide off that way, and the body slide off that way.
Oh, it's like
it's like, oh, its tail just hit over here. Is everybody all right? Yeah, I think I'm fine. Just top half falls down.
Because you can imagine the size of that tail just going in through. That's going sawn in half. It either might throw them somewhere, or it'd literally just go straight through at the speed it would probably go at.
Yeah.
I mean, with all the other crimes against physics in that movie, might as well.
Yeah,
might as well go all in.
And then, but I love the fact that today I already found out that little bit of information from an interview that they were going to be introducing that scene could have been turned into a mating scene, but they decided to go with the cute tail cuddliness.
It's funny.
Which I thought was a really nice moment.
It's kind of funny though, because just the other day I was ranting to my wife. People were like, a lot of people thought that this T-Rex was a hybrid because it can swim, right? Which that hurts my soul. And they were like, there was someone in my comments saying that this T-Rex is different because it can swim. And I was like, well, all of the T-Rexes could probably swim. And they're like, well, we never saw that happen. And I was like, great, we never saw them mate either, but it still happens, you know.
It's the fact we have more evidence of T-Rex swimming than Spinosaurus, which is just like
on a technicality, yeah.
It just hurts my soul that people see it swimming in the movie and they don't think, wow, T-Rex could really swim. They just think, oh, that's obviously mixed in with iguana DNA or something. I'm like, no, they could swim, man.
Yeah, I had a whole back and forth on TikTok talking about the swimming capabilities of T-Rex versus Spinosaurus.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, they're surprisingly built for that. There's a reason Prehistoric Planet opened up with a swimming T-Rex.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it crazy? Go ahead.
You go. No, you go ahead.
Well, isn't it crazy that the swimming T-Rex has been like it was in the first novel and it was even cut from the first film, but like it took so many years for it to finally show up on screen, like finally show up. And you know, Prehistoric Planet beat Jurassic World to the punch, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
It was cut because of budget reasons. They just didn't have the budget to add that to the first one, otherwise it would have been there.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, of course they could. I'm sure that every single T-Rex we saw in the franchise could swim. There's no reason to think that they couldn't, you know. I don't think that the Rebirth Rex is just some exception. I think that that's just the rule, you know. It's just we never saw any scenes that would need them to do that.
No. Going with swimming, the Spinosaurus is swimming. That was a cool scene. Like what are those sails things and all of a sudden get disrupted by the Mosasaurus. And just seeing him swim around, deploy off the beach like a seal almost. Like, it just sort of belly, pushed his legs and belly slid into the water. Seal that'll probably be a better choice of words there. We frozen? We back?
Uh-oh.
That was
Are we
freaky.
back?
That was freaky.
Oh,
No.
I don't know if Lakota saw that, but biology, man, you just turned into like a full-on robot. Like the way you cut out, it was like kung, kung, like clinking metal.
I heard like crocodile somewhere in there.
Yeah, I didn't hear.
I'd say like probably a crocodile would be a more better choice of species to pick from than seal.
Yeah, otherwise we're never gonna
into the water.
Otherwise we're never gonna beat the Spinosaurus allocations.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That would have been a cool scene. Could you imagine if one of the Spinosauruses was about to get a human and then the T-Rex just drags it under the water and just crushes it?
That'd be
Bit of fan
cool.
service.
But like I was worried that there was gonna be a T-Rex versus Spinosaurus fight. Like when I first saw that Spinosaurus was showing up in this movie and T-Rex was gonna be in it, I was like, they're gonna do something fan servicey. The T-Rex is gonna fight the Spinosaurus, and the T-Rex is gonna win. Because they know everybody's mad. But that didn't happen.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah. They stayed away from tropes.
I like that. It was good subversion, I suppose.
Huh.
Even though they already covered it in Camp Cretaceous, but whatever.
Yeah. The T-Rex already got its vengeance.
Yeah.
I kind of had the upper hand because the spider was frozen. They're like,
yeah, and like I don't know, the Spinosaurus won the first fight, but it was being controlled. So it's like, can you even count that? And then when it fought them the second time, it just got done being controlled, and then there was 2 Rexes. So is it even really a true rematch? Not really.
Not really.
The real rematch was when Rexy busted through the skeleton in Jurassic World.
Yeah. The only Spinosaurus the T-Rex can beat is a dead one. We all know that.
I feel like that's one of my favorite things because the soft canon event is in the Evolution 2 where the Spinosaurus gets taken out by velociraptors and they ship the body over to make into that skeleton. So there's a quite a big the Australian content creator called NJ Jurassic. And his favorite film is JP3, and he defends it. Even to the point where people threatened him online about his love for JP3 and the whole Spinosaurus thing. I was watching his live stream when he first played Evolution. His face when he saw the Spinosaurus getting taken out by the raptors. It was like the disrespect.
I always thought that was pretty goofy. Honestly,
that was meant to be the original ending.
Yeah. Imagine if that was like, we showed this Spinosaurus as being capable of killing a T-Rex. Which, by the way, I believe that they reused the same the same animatronic as the buck. So that T-Rex is about the same size as the buck. That's big. And then it gets killed by raptors in the end.
Yeah,
a lot of raptors.
Yeah, at least 2 of them.
Yeah, man, that was a mad line.
Yeah, that was something. But
this definitely feels like Rebirth feels like JP3 Part 2. Like I think it has a JP3 feel to it.
Yeah, actually,
constantly
I can see that.
running from danger to beautiful moment to danger to beautiful moment to. That's why it really did feel like, we're almost safe, then we get ambushed. It felt like it was kind of on the same script level as JP3, except this one wasn't being written as they were filming it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like.
Also, just like no surprises either, which kind of was unfortunate. They really did show us every single cool moment, like they do with every single Jurassic World film.
It's like I was saying last time. They really need to go back to the old way of advertising, where they make something which just tells you what's going to slightly happen, and it's not actually even a scene from the movie. But I feel like today's audiences are just a little bit. They need to see, they need to know, they need to. Otherwise, they don't go. That's what I'm kind of gathering.
I stand on my stance that I don't think you need to do that for the Jurassic franchise. You show a few shots of some dinosaurs, and people are going to be hooked. They're going to see the movie.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you need to show every single dinosaur moment. Could have kept the Mutodons a surprise. could have kept the D-Rex a surprise. They couldn't even do that with the Indominus. Like, I remember the first trailer did not show you the Indominus at all. But then, like, the second trailer, oh, there it is, running away from an explosion. Look how cool it looks. Yeah, because they don't know how to have surprises, except for Rexy.
Yeah.
They didn't show Rexy in any of the trailers, which was cool. But later films, they just stopped. They stopped that entirely, and that I don't like that.
Whoever controls the Universal media, like, I just don't think they understand how to show something off.
Yeah.
Like, we had that first trailer, and then there was nothing for ages at all. And I like the behind the scenes trailers where they were talking to the actors of how they're feeling, little like film shots like that. I think that was enough. Like, we didn't need all the TV spots. Maybe one TV spot, but they just didn't need to keep showing, like, we had the Spinosaurus scene shown to us in near enough full. Then we had the Mutodon in the garage shown to us full. Then we just get way too many shots of things, and I think it did really kill the sense of there's not much more to see other than, like, here's a donkey head. Here's just appearing out of the, like, to show off a path area, and here's an amphibian. That's really all the amphibian, the questionable snake, the Oroglophinathus, and the donkey head.
There was a baby pterosaur that was like, it was like a fully grown pterosaur just scaled down.
Was it a baby pterosaur though? Because isn't there a species that looks like that is just that small?
It looked like a pteranodon to me. There aren't any that look like that are that small. I'll tell you that for free. It had like
free.
Yeah,
let's say
what do we have to pay for?
Yeah, I said it's free. But no,
it looks like the Lost World one, do you not think?
Yeah, which would still make it small.
Yeah. It's really weird though, that one. Like, it's just like looking at the cage. Like...
Do you guys watch, like, the Alien movies?
I've seen them.
Yeah.
What it reminded me of is, like, with the first movie, the first Alien movie, you had the chest burster, which was a baby xenomorph. Looks very distinct from the adult, right? You could tell that it grows into an adult. But then you get to Alien Covenant, and then the AI dude makes like a baby xenomorph, and it's just like a tiny xenomorph. It doesn't even look like a chest burster. It just looks like a xenomorph, just scaled down. That's what that pterosaur reminded me of.
Brought a figure to life.
Yeah, basically.
Have you watched the new Alien movie that came out?
Yeah, the Romulus.
Yeah.
I love that.
That was pretty good. I liked it. Did you see, like, the Predator? Like the Killer of Killers? Did you see that?
I did.
Yes, I enjoyed that. That was great.
That was good. I love that. And it's kind of cool that Predators and Aliens, they're like back in the same universe again. Because, like, have you seen the trailer for the new Predator Badlands?
Yes,
there's like
there's
a one of the robots. I can't remember what they're called. She's a robot from the Alien movies. So it's like,
yeah, she is.
They're connected.
Got a Wayne Corpse logo in her eye.
Yeah. I wonder if that means Alien versus Predator is canon again.
I think that's what they're going for, because they say, I can't remember which way it was. I think they said the best Predator film is when you don't realize it's a Predator film. And I wonder if Alien Earth is going to be something like that. Because that's going to be cool to see.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
You have a human ship crash on a planet full of deadly predators, rather than being a xenomorph. I can see a predator showing up in that to be like, oh, this is going to be a 1.5, boys. Watch this. It's just to get blooded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of humans to fight with. They have a xenomorph and what other deadly creatures are on that ship to fight. So I wonder if Alien Earth will become a secret Predator film, because that's the next one coming out as well, which is going to be cool to see.
I could see that. Honestly, I could see that.
And there's something else. I love the fact that they have a T-Rex head on the ship.
Yeah.
I wonder, but it's quite big. It's really big. So I wonder, because they capture all sorts over time, aren't they? Could you imagine if one of the planets that the Predators have have a planet full of dinosaurs that just keep breeding. So that's just like almost like the V-Rex in a sense. That'd be a cool outcome.
It's just Goliath. They took his skull, only left his femur.
It's like one of the predators. They go out there and they go hunting on Earth, and they just like, I can't find anything to hunt. They've come across a T-Rex skull, and they bring it back to their buddies. Like, look what I killed! It's crazy, right, man? It was man. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I just had to skin it right then and there.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. It's just you understand, Yeah, he gets it. Yeah,
yeah.
Let's get out of here.
He just lies so he gets accepted into the group.
He just lands in Montana, grabs a fossil.
Well, turning it too much into a predator pod. It's literally like their aspect of culture is so cool because you have rogue groups. So if you watch Predators, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
So that group of predators are a rogue group, and they're not accepted into normal society. So they're like bad guys that have been kicked out that are still doing their thing. And it'd be a cool concept if someone nicked a T-Rex skull just to lie to get into the good books. Yeah, I killed this.
It's like
my own two hands.
The battle was so sick. You should have seen it. It was awesome.
Oh boy!
Man.
All right. Well, what would you guys give Rebirth in terms of a score from 1 to 10? Because I've said mine. Mine's an 8.7.
Damn.
I
think I gave
Why?
Fine. Because I give it a 5 out of 10.
Really?
For me, I score it off how I felt watching it from the first time. It just being an 8 because I was very excited. It was exciting. It was funny. It was cool to watch. But so I'll give it a friendly 8. But after breaking it down, picking out different things, it's probably a 5 as well. But just going into I'm going to watch a movie aspect, enjoy a movie, it's an 8. But if we're getting into it, it's a 5.
Yeah, I think after after rewatch, you kind of settle down because I loved Dominion when I first watched it. I came out and was like, that was the best movie I ever saw. And then I went with my parents.
You came out like that?
Yeah. Because I'm all hyped. I'm all hyped. I was like, that was sick. There's so many good things. Plus, I wasn't making dinosaur content at the time either, so my brain wasn't all analytical and looking for anything, right? So,
yeah.
But then after later viewings, I was like, this movie is not that great. I don't feel the exact same with Rebirth. I think it's better than Dominion, but it's just
it's hard to be worse.
Yeah, when I watched Dominion for the first time, I wasn't all excited. I was like, this is like going on YouTube and watching one of those here's some cool music and a slide shot of loads of different dinosaurs one after another, and you get to look at it for 3 seconds. That's what Dominion was to me when I first watched it. It was good. There's dinosaurs, but it didn't leave me in awe leaving it. It just left me with I wish we got longer with that. I wish we got longer with that. Why is the fire thief an otter? What, I was also barely got to see it.
I was also 22. My frontal lobe wasn't as developed. Everybody's frozen. Frozen.
Yeah, I'm back. We're back. Hello?
Good.
Yeah, we're back.
All right. I think we're back. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, no, I'm going to stick with my 8.7. I'm going to hold my ground with that.
Very good. Very good.
Because I had fun. I had fun. So
yeah, it was fun. It was fun to watch. It really was.
Definitely not my favorite, but
yeah, nothing's trumping Lost World for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I love Lost World so much.
Why is that? Should be the blueprint for the next movie.
Yes. And get another Buck and Doe scene. Just.
Oh yeah. No, that. Oh, could you imagine? I like the whole thing of people trying to capture an eco-terrorist. It's in a way less than All Out.
Hmm.
I think something cool would be like that, because like following a group of eco-terrorism people trying to stop like a black market group. I know essentially we're getting that with Chaos Theory, but like a more
Yeah,
in-depth one.
Mm.
Like you could make that a whole thing.
that would be cool.
Imagine someone tries and goes and captures the D-Rex. I just got in my head the you know when the King Kong, when they take King Kong to New York,
Hmm.
they do that with the D-Rex. That'd be something and a half to see. T-Rex roaming around King Kong roaming around New York, just destroying things. San Francisco 2.0.
You know, I honestly, thinking about it, do you think underneath all of that soft tissue, do you think the D-Rex just has a normal like T-Rex skull with some really, screwed up teeth?
I'd
Or
say
is
so. Looking at its shape,
hmm, I imagine it's like missing like the top part of its head, like a beluga whale,
Yeah,
because
it's
like
got to have
the
like an
squishy
opening
one.
there to support that. So
I can't
Yeah.
remember the name of the bone, but like in Wales, in the beaked whales, the head has that narrow piece that
Hmm.
goes through. And soon as an interesting fact about they are very different looking as well. And it's like on the outside of whales, they look very similar. There's not really much to tell the difference between male and female in some of these
Hmm.
beaked whales.
mm.
So there's a theory out there that they use the echolocation, like it's sexual dimorphism that you can only see through echolocation. Like
Hmm.
so they can pierce that soft tissue and see what that bone looks like to tell who that particular beaked whale is.
That's awesome.
Um,
Huh.
it is
That is,
awesome, and
that
it's
is
really
awesome. Yeah.
cool. Imagine if something like that is under the D-Rex and it does have that echolocation sort of sense to it.
Oh,
Hmm.
on top of that, am I the only one who thought there was two of them for a minute when I was watching the film?
I thought there was more than one
Because doesn't it feel like
at
it kind of
first.
teleports at some point?
It just feels
Yeah,
like
a
it's
little
there and
bit.
now it's over here.
Yeah, I don't remember if I misremembered it, but like there was like a one point where it felt like it was on like I don't know the left side, and all of a sudden it crashes from the trees on the right side, and I was like, oh, is there a second one? Oh, are they gonna fight each other? What's going on? And it was like it was just the same one. I was kind
It,
of confused for a minute.
I mean, to be fair, that T-Rex also teleported.
Don't even get me
So
started on that. That was so goofy. That was so goofy. The raft
did,
expands, just lowers. Oh, T-Rex is gone. Okay.
yeah, like where to go?
Don't even see a tail walking away or anything. It's just gone.
Did it
It
not
just,
feel like the T-Rex kept changing size as well?
the D-Rex was too.
The D-Rex was
yeah.
as well. Like, it really did feel like they kept changing size.
It's
Like it
like
Yeah.
was like
it's like watching Primeval with like Spear and Fang, how Fang like constantly changes her size. That's what it kind of felt like.
yeah, because like, you
Yeah.
see the T-Rex with the when it's like looking at the raft, and you're like, oh my god, that's huge. And then you see it next to the raft, and then they're like, did it just shrink? Like,
Mhm.
did it lose
Probably.
a bit of water and weight in between those scenes?
Yeah.
Yeah. It yeah, this has been a problem that the Jurassic franchise has had since the Mosasaur. They can't
Oh
keep a
god.
consistent size because sometimes they want it to be like super intimidating and they'll make it like a lot bigger, or at least look a lot bigger. Um, and other times it just gets really small for some reason. I
I think
don't
with the
know.
Mosasaurus, it was consistently getting bigger.
It
Yeah,
was, yeah.
it got bigger in the trailers too. They'd go
Oh
back
yeah.
and they'd re-release trailers, and it'd get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Did they do
Uh,
that?
I don't know. It's so strange because the first time you see it, you're like, "Oh, I mean, it's oversized, but like it's not
It's
bad.
not
It's like Jurassic
terrible.
Park oversized." And then
Mm.
it's like that thing is bigger than a blue whale.
It's like 250
Man,
feet by Dominion. It's insane.
Hmm. Absolutely nuts, man.
man.
They gotta honestly that's like the one thing that I can see becoming like a major issue for me is just the inconsistency with size. And it feels really bad for YouTube channels like Goji Center, where when they're like measuring the dinosaurs, like it gets harder and harder every time. I feel so bad for
Yeah.
them.
Power scalers are gonna lose their minds too.
Oh, don't even get me started.
All the power scalers are mad that there wasn't a giant fight.
I had a few mutuals who were a little upset about that as well. So
I've never heard the term power scalers.
Yeah, they're big in the Jurassic franchise. It's like people who like to say the Indominus can beat the Giganotosaurus, for example. And they use like power feats and things like that. It's all just like a big anime fight, really, for some people.
Oh,
yeah. And it kind of makes me upset. A lot of power scalers were mad. They were mad at me when I did the Jurassic Park T-Rex versus the real life T-Rex. A lot of power scalers were really upset with me on that video because I said that the real life T-Rex would probably win.
Oh yeah,
Goji Center did a video on that as well. So
yeah,
I still can't believe the Indominus beat the Yankee. I'd say that throws me off.
So tired of the Ankylosaurus's tail club not doing anything.
Say, what's it made out of? Paper mache?
Yeah.
Some way just flips it as well. Like that's a heavy creature. Like it flipped it with ease, like it was barely an inconvenience at all. It's like soft belly. Like after receiving a club to the leg, which would have broken it.
I think it was like to the face too.
Was it to the face?
To the face, yeah.
It got one to the face at least. I remember that.
That would have been cool to see the broken jaw.
Yeah, even in Camp Cretaceous, Bumpy hits Toro like 3 times in the face, and it does nothing. It's so weird.
That Bellator skull would be absolutely mangled.
Yeah.
They already look like.
We got ibuprofen. We got a headache.
You got ibuprofen.
Well. Oh Lord, yeah.
All right, I think have we said all that we need to say, gentlemen?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I have one grievance.
Just one.
Why did he keep eating the mints? Can we talk
funny.
about how annoying?
Because it's funny.
I like that
comedy.
Oh yeah, but
he's crunching loud during a serious moment.
It's the same sound over and over. Yes, and I was like, why are you using the same exact sound bite for that?
Do you even chew those? Aren't those the kind that you like let dissolve in your mouth?
No.
Yes.
So you do let them dissolve, but some people are just really weird and will just crunch on the mints.
Apparently, the dinosaur expert likes to chew on them. Then.
Yeah, people who are listening and watching this, do you chew or do you just let the mint dissolve in your mouth? What do you do with your mints? Like
for me, like those suckers that have like gum in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I always have to end up. I can never like actually let those dissolve. I always end up chewing them anyway. So I guess that's probably the same logic. I'm not really a mint guy though, so I can't confirm.
I mean, just let mints dissolve in my mouth. Like even like hard boiled sweets, I let those dissolve. I don't chew them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like where I'm from, we have something called, I don't know if you guys have it, it's called rock. It's like literally like a stick, a circular stick made of hard sugar.
It's called rock. I go out to my
driveway. It's called rock, yeah.
It's like I go out to my driveway and I find a perfectly smooth one and just let that dissolve.
No, don't do it, Dino. Don't do it. It's not the kind of rock I'm on about. It's basically like sugar hard-boiled sweet, but like a really long stick of it, and it's flavored. I was like the aniseed ones.
I might know of what you're talking about, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it's just have like some paleontologists listen to this. Like, wait, I'm gonna try that next dig I'm at.
I mean, fossils do stick to your tongue, so
they do, yeah, because they're filled with holes.
which don't taste very nice.
No, they don't. Oh, was that a cat I saw?
No.
What? Some fall?
Yeah.
No.
I think he's all right though. A little concavinator.
Ah. Good.
Like, I don't really. Let's copy image. This is what I'm on about.
Let me take a look at this.
This is like hard-boiled sugar, essentially.
Oh. Okay, I've seen these before. They're pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I like rock. But yeah,
I like rock.
I like rocks. It's not I like trains. It's like I like rock.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah, those look pretty good.
I like rock.
Yeah.
I like rock. Rock are good.
Right.
Rock are pretty good.
I eat rock.
I eat rock. Rock is good. Very good.
Rock is love. Rock is life.
Man.
Flashback. Anyway, I think we've said our piece.
Yeah. This might be our longest episode too.
Is it?
Really?
Hour 40.
Oh. Aside from the live stream, yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
that
the
was
live stream is the
long.
longest.
Yeah.
That's I guess that's our thoughts on Jurassic World Rebirth. Be sure to let us know what you all think down in the comments below.
Yeah.
Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you somewhere in the middle? Be sure to let us know. But yeah, we'll see y'all later.
Peace.
See you later.